All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Slide In Podcast. I'm Braeden Anderson. That is Kelly Gallup.
Welcome back.
This is episode 90.
Look at us go.
And the phone's still ringing.
That's because I don't know how to turn them off.
Nothing ever changes.
All right, everybody. We got to take a brief break from the podcast. I got to talk to you about two things. One, the power went out during this episode, so it screwed with the video file. I had to do a whole bunch of work to go recover it, so it might look a little funky. Hopefully, it'll be all right. Second thing, streamer schools are coming up. We've got 4 spots available in the first session. We have 1 spot available in the second session. The first session is September 17th to the 21st. The second session is September 24th to the 28th. Streamer schools are super cool. You show up on a Thursday, you spend the night, wake up, have breakfast at Kelly's, and then you do kind of a classroom session with Kelly for the morning. You do a half day of guiding in the afternoon, and then 2 more full days of guiding, and then head out. So it's an awesome time to, hang out with our guides, Kelly, other people that are super stoked on streamer fishing, learn a ton. And every year somebody in streamer school pops a giant. So could be you. Come join.
All right. I wanted to start quickly by saying that Kelly just figured out that we're now closing at 5 p.m. I had to go over and find him in his house. And I spent 5 minutes looking for him, and I couldn't. And immediately,
in the shower. That's what freaked me out.
Well, immediately I
started
imagining all the stuff you left me in your will.
This box of flies are all yours.
Well, that's more than I thought I was going to get.
Yes. No, not those. One like it, though.
All right. Okay. Well, we got to start by 1, thanking our sponsors, Hardy's Koala Trout Routes. 2, our grand opening, which is August 28th.
Did you get to play with all those prototypes?
The Hardy stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Not today.
They're really, really good.
Yes.
I'm madly in love with an 8.5 foot 4-weight. All right, grand opening, August 28th, 29th. We're doing a giant raffle.
For those of you that think I dye my hair, I don't, but it may change here in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, you think it's going to go white?
God.
Yeah,
there's so much shit going on.
Yeah, I mean, so you're currently building a casting area in the back.
It's going to kick your ass.
Yeah, I'm ready to get my ass kicked, is what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're building a sporting clays style, multiple, got to walk to them and hit the targets and all that stuff. Trying to knock your shit over.
Yeah, I'm trying to knock my shit over. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. The sporting clays, like moving through stations.
Yeah, stations and then obstructions and, just to make it more fish oriented.
Yeah.
Obstacles that aren't really in your way, but are in your brain's way. And so it'll be, I mean, it's nothing. How hard can you make something, right? There's only so much you can do in a backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it'll be fun. I mean, but
I know you know this, but I was talking with Tim Fisher today about casting stuff because him and all the firehole dudes have all bought the long lines and are trying to prep for that contest in West Yellowstone.
Oh, Wretched Mess?
Yeah.
I've been seeing that all over. That's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be great. But yeah, they're trying to prep for that, and Tim just walks in. He's like, "So none of this has anything to do with fishing." I'm like, "Yep."
I think when he came in the other day, we had that same conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Might have had a beer or two.
Was that the time when I kicked his ass out there?
I have no idea. I didn't watch.
Oh, you didn't? He walked in and said, "I've got $100. I can outcast you with 2 backcasts."
He said that to you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. How much money did you make?
I was too scared. I was too scared, so I only bet him 20.
Pussy.
Yeah, I know. All right, so grand opening. We've got our casting competition. Are we going to do that both days?
I don't know if we'll do it both days.
Maybe just
Saturday's the real day. Friday's kind of a soft opening, tires, and we'll have a few raffles, but Saturday's the big day. I figure that's the day most people can get there.
Well, what I was thinking about for the raffle is just run it over the 2-day thing. So we'll pull prizes Saturday evening.
Yeah, we'll do lots of raffles. We'll do more on Saturday because we'll do one and out. Shit, how many do we have now? 10 grand?
In my latest count, we're up to almost 15 grand, more than that now. So just some of the prizes, it's all going to be in person. And I know a ton of our listeners are not here, but we apologize for that.
We should figure a way to get a something.
Yeah.
Have somebody.
We'll talk about it and try to maybe
somebody that calls in or something, like calls his shop or something.
Yeah.
Or orders a ticket or some shit.
maybe we'll
What's
sell
the
them
chances?
online.
What a pain in the ass. How would you do that?
I don't know.
Me either. Talk to Johnny.
Yeah, we'll talk, Johnny.
That'd be kind of fun.
But yeah, so for some of the prizes, just to run you through, we've got sage rods, fish pond nets, rising nets, squalla waders, scientific anglers lines, Galvin reels. We have a really cool limited edition Cortland rod. That was part of their
And lines.
100th anniversary. A bunch of their lines.
It's numbered too. I can't remember what it was.
It's a cool stick though. Trout Routes has thrown out a lifetime membership. That's
Wow.
valuable.
That's a big buck.
There's going to be, I think the casting competition, the grand prize is going to be a Hardy reel and rod.
Yes.
And then, streamer reels, oars, bobbers.
There'll be a streamer reel and rod combo.
Yep.
From the slide in. That's going to be one of the.
Nautilus, high and
Mel's gonna
dry.
roast somebody all day.
We've got Regal Vices. We've got, I missed that. What you said?
I mean, get rode by Mel nowadays. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry, baby.
I was doing Mel's rendezvous, man. You couldn't believe how many people walked up and told me about that line.
Really?
Holy shit.
That's good stuff.
Keep going.
All right, we're almost done. So we got Bridger Brewing's going to supply a bunch of beer, so we're going to have a ton of beer down there. I think Chuck might be making burgers and brats.
Chuck?
Yeah, I was talking to him today. He said, I kind of want to go down there and be the grill man.
No, I don't think Chuck couldn't keep up.
He might. He's pretty
If
good.
we get one of the big ones, I'm seeing about getting this gal to come in and do the whole thing.
Cater it, kind of. Cool.
Yeah, for the Saturday thing.
Yeah.
Not for Friday. But.
A bunch of Grunden stuff, waders, boots, jackets, Renzetti vices, Ross reels, MFC boat boxes.
Special edition reels, too, on the Rosses.
Yeah.
There's something, I think it's one of the limited. I can't remember. Or maybe it's just special color. I can't remember. After Travis broke my glass.
Oops.
Did you hear about that?
No.
A giant son of a bitch comes in, puts his up. He Johnny'd it. In the antique thing.
Oops.
Right through it.
Really?
Yeah. But he's so big.
Yeah.
He just went like this, just put his elbow down like Johnny.
It was going to happen at some point, though. No.
I'm kind of glad because I don't think the thing was tempered or anyway, but
Oof.
yeah. But at any rate. Yeah, but after that, I thought we were going to get a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But then I wasn't pissed off, and he was like, probably, okay, well, not going to give me so much.
Yeah, but it's going to be awesome. I mean, so much stuff. I was talking to the guys down in Ennis about it, and they're like, so can we enter the raffle?
No, you can't.
No, obviously not.
Yeah, that
We're all
makes a
going
lot
to
of
compete in
sense.
the casting competition, but we're not allowed to win prizes.
I don't know about that one. Casting's one thing, a raffle's another.
Yeah.
I mean, if you win, you win. I mean,
All right. Well, then I'm going to rig it.
but then you
to my
got to ask.
strengths.
Then you got to ask if Howard and Bruce can play.
Yeah, they can play.
Yeah. So there you go. I don't know. We'll have to see about this.
No, I'm probably.
Or we could have a pro side.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a pro jock and
Yeah, we could have a pro side.
We could have a pro side and an amateur side.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
And you guys don't win anything. I'll give you
Bragging rights.
I'll give you a trophy.
Yeah, bragging rights. All right.
What else? That's a lot.
I don't think I mentioned high and dry, and you've got high and dry on the table right now.
Yeah, we'll be
But
talking about that in a
they
minute.
sent a big care package, so that'll be another raffle stuff, and that's like,
Sweet. We'll have tons of that just hourly, just raffle for being there thing.
Yeah.
Have that stuff. Swag and shirts and hats and fly lines, tons of fly lines.
maybe we should just put somebody next to the door with a pitch counter, and every 100th person that walks in wins.
Maybe.
That feels like a Kyler job to me.
Yes.
All right, let's get into it and talk about some fishing.
We're going to talk about some fishing. I want to talk about something today because I'm missing it. This is terrestrial season.
Yep.
And we need to talk about terrestrials. And I even got some of my favorites, and I didn't bring 50. But there's, I keep hearing it because I'm in the shop so much and not fishing as much as I should be, that the bite's tight, this is tight, and this is tight. What are you throwing? Oh, chubbies. Sometimes when they're techie, they'll say micro chubby. And it hurts me to the core that people have lost. We're so, and I have foam in this thing, but the ant fishing is, to me, is it's my favorite fly designing, period, end of discussion. Not so much hoppers.
Why?
Hoppers just tend to get over.
No, I'm sorry. Why do you like ants so much?
The authenticity of the eat. It is always the same. When you sell it, it's the same eat every time. And it means you win. They came up and ate it. They didn't slash at it, swirl around it like they do foam and fuck with it all day. They came up, go, and they just eat it. And it's always the same. You can get more, you get a flight ant thing, that can be suicide. That can be stupid, just things blowing out of the water. But that's not what I'm talking about. It's like there's a few things about terrestrial season that always has perplexed me. When people say, is it hopper season? Well, hoppers show up in
March.
Ants are here when there's snow. They're all over. I mean, you can see ants all over the snow. And they're the last thing to go. First to come, last to go. And hoppers are not. And the reason fish go on terrestrials is that not that it's a season. It's that there's nothing left. And so they edge out because they know that's where the shit's coming from. And so it's not like some season. I've told that story about the guy that came in my shop in the spring for opener, that old man.
Dave's hopper, right?
Joe's hopper. Joe's hopper sunk with 3 split shot, 3rd Saturday in April. That day, 2 foot of snow still. Mm-hmm. Well, no hoppers. Kid, you know what he say? Son, trout don't know there's no hoppers.
I love that.
And he had a creel full, 5. I mean, big uns too.
Big uns.
And so, but the thing about it is it is so fun to design flies, but we have lost our way to foam. Mm-hmm. We just, if it doesn't float forever, it is such a shit deal. There is so much technique because you're getting into dry fly stuff now. And to me, this is the ultimate deal because if you do it right, ants, you can fish them, damp. There's just a million ways to do it. You can do total dry, damp, one behind it. I all the time fish them close to each other. But we're so used to trying to get these eternal drifts, right? Shorten your drifts up, get out there, fish it like you should, And the problem is so many of us fish out of boats now. And I like it, but it's not the same to me. It's like, and then we start looking for the eternal drift. And I miss my favorite part about it was always to fish. Like I'll give you a line, never pull out, ever, never pull out. If it sinks, fish it. Fish the damn thing. It doesn't have to float like a freaking cork. They don't float like a cork. Can't see the son of bitches half the time. Yeah. A live one.
Hoppers go underwater a lot.
Oh my God. You should, if you don't sink, if you've never put a split shot on a hopper, now I don't know about throwing that foam shit, but if you haven't, you're missing the game. But you can also go and you can really challenge yourself. And I went and I saw, there's a bunch of flies. I went and picked some of my favorites that are currently around. And ironically, one of them, when you said hopper, was Ed Schroeder's parachute hopper. Ed lives down in Ennis, if you didn't know that. He was, I think, the 3rd royalty tire in history.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, but I mean, it's a parachute, but I don't and that's the other thing. Stop with the freaking visual. You don't need to see this shit all the time. I was looking in this box. I couldn't find anything. I'm over there just throwing shit like it's Christmas morning. And I go into this box, which we'll take a picture of. And there's 2 or 3 things that struck me. All my ants are missing. And all my foam with all its indicators shit all over is there.
Yeah.
Which tells me I never fished that shit.
Yep.
It's there because I tried it once and probably worked, but there's just no style to it. It's kind of like it's semi-soulless, right? We did a thing about Gartside's hopper a long time ago. And we did a video on it. And it was one of our most popular videos, really. And people just loved it. But I look in this box, and there's 2 or 3 things that really struck me. A lot of the ants are legless. They've been ripped apart. And the other thing was there's spiders in here, which I've not sold. These spiders, we used to, I don't even know who makes them.
Those are called spiders?
Yes. I'm a big fan of Squala. They're a great company making great gear run by people who actually understand fly fishing. My first introduction to Squala gear was their RS wader and jacket. I love this particular kit for a few reasons. It's extremely comfortable, extremely durable, and for me, it's really easy to put on and take off. But what really stands out for me is the thought they put into the designs. For example, on the RS waders, you've got an integrated wading belt that also gives your lower back support. The jacket has these double locking cuffs that keep water out of your sleeves. And then there are these totally unique pass-through pockets so that you can warm up your hands inside your waders on a cold day. Check out the RS wader and jacket right here at the shop, on our online, or at Squala's online at squalafishing.com. If you look at one, you'll see why. It looks just like a spider.
Oh, I see that.
Right?
Yep.
The only guy I know that ever fished one of these other than Johnny and I was Danny Morrell. And I bet he still does today. He kicks ass.
Yeah.
But when you look at these, when you start looking at ants, when you realize that, and I'll show a couple of them, and there's probably 6 versions in there that are prototypes, one in particular, which is a bigger one, that I have fished forever. The other thing that's in there are hornets. Nobody fishes hornets. I mean,
I fish a lot of wasps.
well, that's what you're fishing that one right there. That's the OG. That goes back forever. And then there's also, Andy Burke used to have a great sunk hornet. I mean, it was incredible. But when you look at this, I mean, there's so much chance for you to, you're telling, you're a superstar. One of the guys that calls and tells me how shitty I am. I would hope you have 5 different systems to fish your ant, right? You got a floating ant. You should have ass in, just a damp ant with its ass. That's why I brought this. This, I think, is one of the most important, high and dry or frog fanny, either one, whichever. The key is these things come with this applicator. Applicators, to me,
for those not watching, it's like nail polish.
It is a nail polish.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's a nail polish thing. Just redone. But applicators were set up so you could do a part of your fly. Mm-hmm. It was never intended to sit there. Well, I don't know, maybe it was, but to just sit and powder your fly. I mean, if you're ant fishing and you're not fishing a damp ass, and almost like it's emerging, right? It's like it's hung. A lot of times their abdomens stick through, and you'll see them kind of trying to fight to get back up on the surface. So you go through and you just powder the top of it, right? But I like it and that's why I said never pull out. You don't go for this eternal drift. Go for a 15, 20-foot drift. And if it goes under, wait on it. Oh my God, you just 90% of your fish are going to be on it'll just take off on you. But you'll see pickle up and they pick it up and they're just shaking the living shit out of it so it sits on the surface. Bad habit. Drop it in. So,
okay, on that real quick, mm-hmm. The other day I was fishing a pretty techy little waterway. I could see some giant fish. I couldn't get them to look at my flies. They go right over their head. Mm-hmm. I pulled out all of my topwater tricks. I threw all my ants, all my beetles, all my wasps, all the stuff that I think that they don't see a ton of. Still wouldn't look at it until I sunk an ant.
Done.
And I swung it. That ant moving through the column below the water. And I got a couple fish on it. So it's just exactly what you're saying.
We did I can't remember. I got to find out what this name of this is. It's a red ass ant. It's almost like we did a video once on my sunk ant, which is really techy. You probably couldn't handle it. It's thread, turn a hackle, and thread in front of it. Bump and bump.
Too much for me.
Dip the whole thing in lacquer. Just squeeze it like this in a paper towel.
Yeah.
Done. None of that. Don't worry about the rest of it. But the idea of it, and then used to do one that would have a floating front and then a just thread rear end, its abdomen. Mm-hmm. And then it'd have hackle, one turn of the hackle. Then I stopped doing hackle, put a single, like a feather like this, just playing with this thing, a great one it would be. Just a nice round hen hackle, just one out the back, so it would cup.
Yeah.
And it would just keep it floating just a while. And then if you anybody that's fished ants a lot will already know what I'm about to say. You'll see it floating and floating. It's kind of like, oh shit, it's going to sink and goes under. And it's like D-Day. Here it comes. They're going to eat that thing in the next 3 to 10 feet. I don't care. They will find it down underneath there. If you drop those same, like this red ass ant, which it's a wire ass. It's got a wire ass, which is really good. I'll find out the name for it. I should know it. I just looked it up. But a lot of these, and this one too, same thing. It's got a parachute where it hangs its ass in. You can overcomplicate. I tell you another one I used to do. It's a royal coachman with no tail and no hackle and no wings. So, but there is wings. I just put a pair of,
is that the ant you're talking about?
Probably. I can't see over there. Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry. I forgot.
And the other one, I always have thought royal coachmans were ants forever. But I took the hackle off. I put a set of delta wings on them. So it's just, it's just peacock herl red, peacock herl delta wings.
I was wondering, like a renegade. Is that
renegade? Yeah, originally they were designed as a snail, actually, but I think a renegade's wonderful.
Yeah, if you fish like an 18.
Yeah, you can fish them bigger. Yeah, they'll eat the shit. But again, it's a damp thing. You're running it damp. Mm-hmm. So if you're stuck on this every day in the shop, I hear it every day, and not just once. I hear it 20 times a day this time of year, where, what are you fishing? Oh, it's always foam. It's always something that floats high. Try getting one sunk, and just to sink something behind it. I also brought over, I'm going to go through kind of these, but I brought the other one, and I don't like it and it's my fly, but it's a jig wasp, and I put a bead on it, and I just think I should be shot for that. I should give all my royalties to charity because it's such an abomination. But it is great under your big fat foam.
Yeah, it works great.
Hanging under your big foam, it's great. But what I'm getting at is we should, you're going to go out and instead of just looking for the ride, looking for that float that's 3 feet above the water, try to learn to fish something damp. And damp fish, steelhead damp is the same as dry fly damp. It's just breaking the surface, right? I'm not talking about swinging them. I'm talking about dead drifting them. They swing out great. Don't have to be really long, but try to go out and just challenge yourself to see if you can get a fly that you design whose ass hangs damply in the water, which means it's not sinking, but it's going.
Levitating.
It's kind of hanging there, and then it's going to disappear. And like I said, never pull out when your fly just went away. Do not. I don't care what you're fishing. For God's sake, let it go. How many do you see floating? Nothing. How many yellow jackets? You got to find an eddy to find one of them. And so they're underwater, they're out there just waiting to get hit. But I wanted to just bring up a few of them because, and I apologize for not, I'll look up the names of them. But one of them, obviously, I just said Ed Schroeder's without this stupid post on top of it. That was the first parachute, Schroeder's parachute hopper was the first one ever. Drop the freaking indicators. Get a little bit of tech on yourself. Drop it down, sink it. Antacid has always been, that antacid, I've had that for 20 plus years.
I remember that fly when I first got here, same time of year. Jeremy's telling people to fish that. And same thing you said is when it sinks, keep fishing it.
Keep fishing.
That's when they're going to eat
You can air it out later. Let it go under.
Yep.
Don't worry. But you're developing a technique here. You're learning to do something other than just float it on this. Doesn't mean you can't do that too. If they're going to come on it, let it happen. But if they're not, change something up. Then I would put the Fat Angie, that's Charlie's fly. This fly, its ass it's foam, which I'm not it's fine, but it sinks its ass.
Yeah, it's its ass.
I would rather I would take this fly, which I do take this fly, and I cut the foam off the ass. And its ass hangs in. It struggles. It almost looks like it struggles with his ass underwater. But anyway, and then a CFO, this is
Stenerson?
John Stenerson's fly. Anything either of those guys do is spectacular. Yeah. But that's another one that sits down in. It's still a little bushy for me, but he's a South Fork guy. And then last, in any of the ass in flies, this parachute, I'll find out. This is one that Chuck did for me. That wasp is just crazy. I don't know why it's there. But the last one is a beetle. And a beetle, if there's something better than an ant bite, it's a freaking beetle bite, because then they're ninja your ass. They will. I have seen giant trout suck a beetle and never see it go away. I don't even know how it got underwater. And it's almost like, it is like, they just like they're a half inch underwater and they just let it, and it pulls that thing in. It is the cleanest eat in the world.
It's unbelievable. And they go nuts for me. I mean, I can't tell you how many of my like bigger dry fly fish that I've sat and worked, I end up in a beetle. And then I catch the fish.
Beetles.
So I move that beetle way up my rotation. That one you have there is my favorite. It's that little foam beetle. It's tiny. I think we sell a 16 and an 18.
Yes.
And I think it's called foam beetle. And with that one, what I'll do is I'll throw it. It's got a little bit of, what is that, like crinkle flash? What is that?
Yeah, for the legs.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that as legs. And if I have a fish reject it, then I'll cut the flash off and throw it without it. And sometimes that's the ticket.
I always did mine old school. I think it's an Ed, might be an Ed Shank, or maybe it's, somebody will correct me. I can't remember who did it originally. But it was, I don't think it was ever really a real popular fly, like commercial or something. But it was just peacock herl with black deer hair pulled over. And then you left the leg. You kind of did it like an elk hair caddis, but you puffed up the head and then you just cut off, but 6 legs or whatever.
Yeah.
That thing almost always sunk. And I mean, it was never a great floating fly.
And they ate, I'm sure they ate it. Right?
They ate it just as it would go underwater. Just seemed ironic they would. But I didn't mention this hornet. And this fly I did with Rainey's way back when. It is foam because I wanted, there's the 3 elements that I wanted to talk about was the ant, the beetle, and the hornet. And the hornet, to me, when I started fishing the hornets, the first one I ever saw was Andy Burke's, and it's in my Cripples and Spinners book. And it's a sunk, and he nymphed it, right?
Yeah.
And he just flat nymphed the thing. And I took it out, and I did pretty good on it. And then, but I had one where I tried to fish it dry, and I had fish like swirl on it. And so that was right as foam came out with the tubular, the black, they had colors, it was black, yellow.
Yeah.
I would take that, and they still do it to this day, and they would jump out and land on it.
Whoa.
And you got it. Now, I mean, they're
on
just
the way down.
Oh, no, they're not eating at all. They're just plopping down on it, and they look for it.
Oh.
That's when you got to figure out that you can't pull that fly. On the Manistee,
The pull down.
They come up, they slap it like that, and then they come and you'll see them just shark all around it. And it's like trying to get your client to say, stay.
Don't set. Just
Don't
wait.
pull out.
Don't pull out. Don't pull out.
And it's like, oh my God. And then wham, they just take off on it. But they're kind of like missing pieces of the puzzle. The high flow, and they didn't used to be. I mean, the original just hackle dub ant is spectacular. It is just spectacular. It's so in the film. But then you take your powder. This is one of the greatest advancements in history. When Frog Fanny came out and then High and Dry had theirs, I don't know if there's different. I think there is, but equal. I like them both. I never am without this. And I do the same thing with my mayflies, by the way. I won't always just powder the shit out of it. I go in for a set. Well, if I want it to, like a spinner in particular, all I want is the front end. If it sinks straight down, that's hallelujah. Who cares? But figure this out, because it is truly just a missing part of your equation. If you're out and you're only fishing it'd be like going out and fishing nothing but 7-inch streamers. You're just going to throw a 7-inch kill whitey or a 7-inch slick willy.
I did that for 3 years.
Yeah. You're better now. Much better now. And so figure it out, get it, and understand that there's a high ride, a damp where, it's dry as dry. Damp's, some of it's in, some of it's ass maybe, or maybe it's just barely sinking, right? And then you got the full sunk bling. And then the full sunk ants, these are gorgeous. We'll put them up there. We'll take a picture of them, put them up there. Gorgeous. But if you're a tire, it is so easy to just whip up the butt, just make it a little butt, throw a little hackle on it. Maybe if you want to delta wing them, I like to do that on my ants, particularly on my big cinnamons. I like to delta wing them and then just, put another color thread up the front of it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be anything. You can lacquer it if you want. If you don't, just leave it.
We'll get right back to this episode, but first, a word from one of our sponsors. Dry Routes is up to some super cool stuff. As you know, they're owned by Onyx. And if you've ever used Onyx, you already know that they're the gold standard when it comes to private land ownership, data, and satellite imagery. Dry Routes just migrated all of this data into their app. That means that when you're planning a day on the water, you're not just looking at a map. You can confidently see the best private property boundaries, public access, and incredibly detailed satellite imagery all in one place. It takes so much the guesswork out of exploring new water or finding new access points on your favorite rivers. Whether you're road tripping to a new state or just trying to squeeze a few hours in after work, having accurate property information is a huge advantage. It helps you stay legal, fish with confidence, and spend more time focused on what matters instead of staring at maps. If you haven't checked it out yet, download Dry Routes using the link in the description or the QR code on screen and see what it's like to have the power of Onyx built into the best mapping app for fly anglers.
They will eat the hell out of those things. But I have not heard one person walk in this store in years and ask for a sunk ant.
Yeah.
And we sell all kinds. Once we get them on them, most people will run them under a dry.
Yeah.
I mean, most do.
They'll run them under foam, big hoppers and stuff.
Yeah, anything. Or even hell on big foam like that stuff. You could do even one of those jigs. And we did all those ants and jigs too, but I still feel bad about it, but I did it. I should be shot. Or at least punished.
I'll shoot you.
Oh, and don't forget there is a picture right there. There is one of those Andy Burke's sunk right there. But just try something different. Don't, and we'll go, like I said, I'll put those up there. I think you could do worse than just have antacids and fat angies, but it pretty much keeps you in the high floater. And if you're a fat Angie guy, gal, try cutting the ass off the bulb on the back.
Yeah, if you are fat Angie herself.
I don't know.
Cut your ass off. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying somebody else.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, somebody else. It's a very cool fly though. It's kind of hard. You can lose a lot. Don't go in there too fast and too hard because you will
have a hard time pulling out.
Well, that too, but you will cut more than you wanted off. That's not good.
The other note on the high and dry specifically, that's what I use. A lot of people use Flyagra.
No.
That's what I'm getting at is I don't like the Flyagra because you can't do just part of a fly. Yeah. I like the fine tip applicator.
Someone will tell you that they do. I know guys who keep it and they say they've got
surgeons.
They take this and they do it with the, have both. My God.
I always bring both, but I like the fine tip applicator for the high and dry, like the liquid, because same thing with mayflies, like you can get it out so slow that you can just do part of your fly and then fish that half down style. Yeah,
it's an amazing advantage especially if you're in techie water like the Madison, where it's just, I wouldn't call this techie water, I would call it a very used
heavily
water,
fished
water.
Trafficked.
And, and we've said it 1,000 times. Every day in the shop, we say it day and day and day. Inside 10, everything else is scenic value. And this time of year, inside 1.5 foot, and the rest is, hoping. You better be hunting that bank right now. And I mean rubbing that son of a bitch. You can't be 20 inches off the bank. And they are not, for every time you say that, there'll be 100 fish that do it. But they don't like to chase ants and beetles,
It's like Talladega Nights. If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing.
Exactly.
Better be rubbing. All right, two things. One,
take all 4 of these though.
Yeah.
You should have, high and dry has a Flyagra style too.
No, that's what I use is I bring
Flyagra,
both.
Either one.
I've got the dry and the wet, and the wet has like the fine applicator tip, so you can juice up just part of it. And then,
But I like to dip. If I want a dry fly, I dip them.
You do.
Right? For the whole freaking thing, right? So I like to have the high and dry or the Flyagra. I like the Flyagra better on the bigger, giant, foamy, all the obnoxiously big salmon flies and shit.
Yeah, it's just a bigger opening, right?
No, I think it coats it with, I think it's got more wax in it. It just, to me, that one holds on those giant shit. Everything else, I go high and dry for everything. And other than salmon fly and goldens, I don't think I pretty much do the only the high and dry.
Technically, by the way, it's called Agra now.
Oh, yeah.
Because of some dicks from Big Sky who sued him.
No, the guys from Flyagra.
Yeah.
What's the company? What's the name?
They sent him a cease and desist.
Yeah.
It's the Viagra company.
Yeah, but anyway,
I can't remember.
I'm
They're
the
the
tip of my
biggest pharmaceutical company in the world.
Yeah, whatever. It's probably good for him.
Yeah, probably.
Pfizer,
yep.
Yeah, Pfizer.
Okay, the second thing I was going to say, well, I didn't even get to the first. Chuck was out floating with Nate and Jake the other day, I believe. And it was a tough bite for them. I think they were just throwing foam hoppers. And the best fish they moved, Chuck had thrown his fly into a slick. And the boat's moving fast downstream, right? So the boat's going a lot faster than the slick. So his fly starts to drag and basically skate across the top. This monster brown trout turned and chased it with its mouth open.
Nice.
Like trying to eat it. And they didn't get the fish, but, I think
pull out.
So I heard that and I went and, exactly, the don't pull out. I've been skating hoppers on my spay rod. It hasn't worked yet, but it's going to at some point. And I'm going to talk a lot about it when it does. The other thing I was thinking about the other day when I was
fishing. Have you tried skating we should do a thing on spiders. Somebody out there in the old days, spiders were variants. There's a lot of names for different, depends on the region, where they were and how their tails are, if they do or they don't have, and what kind of hook they're set on. But essentially, it's just a giant hackled fly. Mm-hmm. And they tumble a little bit. They can be tough to keep up. In soft water, it's a little easier. They were really popular on the big hole in the old days. Joe Brooks, that's all he talked about was skating big spiders. But the hackle was huge. It was like that big.
Giant, yeah.
You
think they're eating them as crane flies?
I don't. Yes and no.
They're just eating them as
the time of year, when there's tons of crane flies, yeah. But I just think there's something that is what the fuck.
It's almost like a reaction bite on a streamer.
But longer. Sometimes you'll see them shark you for like 10 feet. Oh God.
Well, it's the same shit they do with the frog and Russ Madden and stuff. Like they're interested, right?
Yeah, you've struck a chord in there somewhere that they're gonna mess you up. But it's exciting as hell, especially if you're this time of year. People stop fishing now because there's no bugs and they're
when I drove up today at noon, there were 2 cars at Windy.
They just quit. And to me, honest to God, anywhere in the world, if I could fish, if you said, okay, you got one thing the rest of your life, it'd be an ant.
Ants.
It would not, it'd be a freaking ant. It's just so, and you can do it any time of the year. You can sink an ant in April, I don't give a shit, or a hopper. They'll eat it.
Okay, so a crucial part of this that I think relates well, I was thinking about this the other day when I was out fishing.
Double dry. Sorry.
Double dry.
Just thought of that.
What I was thinking.
I don't like to do that, but you can do it.
I'm now so fucked in the head that I'm out fishing and I'm trying to find things that I can talk about on the podcast. One of which was how to fish dry flies that are not easy to see. And you're talking about fishing stuff without posts, fishing stuff that's half sunk.
You know how you do it? You try. You go do it.
Yes, you have to do it. But I think that there's some tips that I was thinking of, and tell me what you agree with and what you don't. One, I think casting accuracy is unbelievably important for fishing flies that you can't see well, because you have a rough idea of where it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Two, the technique I was working on, because I was changing flies a bunch, working these fish and fishing a lot of little stuff that I couldn't see. Glare out is tough. Mm-hmm. My eyesight isn't that great either. But basically I'd make the same cast a couple times, and I was looking at where I wanted it to go, not trying to track the fly in the air, not trying to, see it as it's landing, not trying to see it on the water. I'm just picking one spot and trying to hit that with my fly. And then inevitably I saw it land, 2 feet further upstream than I thought it was. So then all of a sudden I go, okay, that's my distance now. Now, if I have a repeatable casting stroke, I should be able to hit that distance with a little bit of variance, right? Maybe a dinner plate size variance every time. So I'm going to have a way better shot at seeing that, as opposed to just like repeatedly throwing it out there at different distances, at different fish, trying to pick it up. And then ultimately, once you're kind of locked in on your distance, you're looking for a fish, trying to kind of land it there. If you don't see it, then kind of zoom out and look for a fish to move. Is that a valid strategy?
Works for me. I mean, I look for, if I can't, I just follow the water, right? And I don't try to pinpoint if I lose my fly, I don't try to pinpoint anymore. I look for something that disturbs the water. So a hump, anything that pushes, not necessarily a full-on eat.
You would a swirl, a wave.
Yeah, a bulge, anything that just changes something. I'm always trying to track it if I can, but if you go back in time before sighters were everything, I was thinking one other thing on that. They could have, sorry to rain on everybody's parade that thinks that we invented sighters were some. Gary LaFontaine used to paint his leaders white for other reasons. He did it to make it look like silk line coming out of a caddis. But for those of you who tried that, and then originally, and then found out that it was really great to track your leader too, and he painted it white. How we got the red and the orange and all that shit.
By the way,
painted it white. So
we sell high and dry leader goo, for lack of a better term. It's paint. Right?
The guy that put it on his lips. You hear about that?
Apparently there's been a bunch of people that have done it so far.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's orange. The one that Gary used white, that just a marker. And you could track it, but I didn't. It had, to me, it had the water. Like if you're on the big hole, that's one thing. Tannic water.
Right.
Not really that choppy very often. Here, I just lose it too. I mean, I've never tried that short fluorescent orange stuff, but I don't think it would change it. Especially if you put it back a foot or two, then you can see. You're just looking for your zone where your fly is going to kind of be. Right?
I think that's the key.
But in particular with this stuff, you want it. It's accuracy is the absolute paramount. I mean, you have to track it. You want to see this eat.
In a short distance.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
no more than 25.
Yeah. And a fishable where you can see it, because it's going to so often be just a head up and back down, but it's always the same. Right. And so you're not really looking for these. And again, when we're in the boats, you're standing up high, you can look down on it, you can see your fly, you can see a freaking 20 Adams parachute out there from a boat, and you're getting the eternal drift. I don't know. It's kind of like, it kind of, not, and I've done it my whole life, it dumbs it down. This is a time to be out walking. You should be getting out of the boat, running these flats. There's nothing too shallow. If it has 3 inches of water, fish it.
Yeah. Because
it's probably more like 5 and you think it's 3, and there will be a fish in it. And I can't tell you how many times people tell us a day, well, you've been in here and you've done it yourself. It doesn't seem like there's enough water to cover the fish.
Yeah.
And then you get a 20-inch fish out of that water, and you're like, that's not possible. I should have seen like half of his body sticking out. And it's, judgment.
This is the only time that men actually do this mistake.
Yeah, the wrong way.
Yeah. 3's actually 5 instead of 5's 3. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how skinny they'll sit. And I know a lot of guides who will run hoppers down the middle of the river.
Sure.
And run all those really skinny flats. I mean, anywhere where there's a mid-river shelf and there's some rocks out of the water and a gradual shelf that goes from 0 inches to a foot. And
this river in particular, mid-river flats, I think carry your biggest fish every minute of the day. Mm-hmm. I don't care where it is. It's starting to get picked up on more, but boy, it didn't in the old days. You hardly ever saw anybody running that middle. Now you see a lot of guys doing it.
So I know but
it has to be, can't just be wide open ripping There's no can't be. It could be. But for the most part, you're still looking for a flat. You're looking for that gradient change where it's flattened out. There's not the push on the water, and they aren't fighting the hell out of it.
It's
and
a
they're
resting zone / ambush zone.
and right in the dead center, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll flatten out. If you get a great one, it'll be 20 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
But those 3 to 5s, you see them, nobody's messing with them, right?
So you talked earlier about, hoppers being glued to the bank, beetles and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What about hoppers flying? Because I the other day...
Hoppers don't fly as much as people think they do. They have claspers, and they don't get blown away very often.
They fly when I walk through the field.
They do fly if you disrupt them, and God...
But there's not a lot of natural disruption.
Oh, but when they're haying, if you can get close... I think it was Doug, Pauline, and I can't remember who it was. We were on the Yellowstone down by Pigpen. And it was just as, I know this is hard to believe, but the wind was nuking over there and they're haying. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it was blowing in Livingston? Really?
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
Yeah.
But this was coming out of the north, and the wind's blowing.
That is a weird wind there.
It's not huge, but it's 30.
Yeah. We'll get right back to the podcast, but first, a message from one of our sponsors. Lately, I've been fishing the new Hardy Kelly Gallup streamer reel paired with the Marksman 7-weight. There's something about the balance and refinement of that combo that stands out immediately. It's incredibly lightweight, which really pays off on long days of casting and animating big flies. One feature I especially appreciate while wade fishing is the free spool design. Being able to fan the reel to pick up line when you hook a fish or when you're about to walk further upstream is immensely useful. The Marksman 7-weight has plenty of power for throwing big flies, but still feels incredibly precise in hand. Hardy simply has a way of blending tradition with modern performance, and this setup really reflects that. If you're serious about streamer fishing, the Averon streamer reel and Marksman 7-weight are absolutely worth a look.
It's like somebody was just shooting them out of a gun. There's just a million hoppers, and it was mayhem. Every freaking one of them. That's a little different scenario, but most of the time, when you see like the flight ants, that is the greatest. If you ever hit a cinnamon flight ant, which are giant, the females are a full-on 12, 14. And there's a Scotty Hall looking in the...
All right, well, we're back.
Kind of. In the dark. It's just what it's like for you always.
What, dark?
Living in the dark.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, where were we?
I don't know. We were still talking ants.
Hoppers. Wind blowing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, you were talking about you were going to go somewhere with that, but I actually don't, this sounds stupid because somebody's going to, I think it's worse fishing when it's windy for hoppers. And I talked to a biologist about this because just, 15 years ago.
Let me see your mic real quick.
And so, look at you. But I was telling him, I said, I don't buy into this whole, he goes, no, they don't. He says, it's total bullshit. He says, hoppers never get dislodged in wind. Ever.
Yeah.
He says, they got claspers. He says, the whole tree'd have to come down with them. And I don't know if it's true or not, but he's a biologist. He seemed to know what he's talking about. He's a bug guy. And I said, it confirms with me because everybody says, oh, it's windy, it's going to be great. I never have great hopper days. I have pretty good ant days when it's doing that.
Like when you're seeing all the debris in the water because it's blowing so hard.
Yeah. Or even just like 20 mile an hour winds where you think they should be. I never do. I don't, never.
That's a pretty commonly held belief.
I know. What a great one for the haters to write in. You're so full of shit. So, yeah. I don't know. I fish hoppers and ants. It is my favorite time of the year. And an ant is way more favorite than a hopper, although I dig those too. By the way, try a Latort hopper once in your life. And if you really can't take it being as basic it is, you can put some freaking rubber legs on it, but it's an abomination. Try a Latort hopper in a size 14, and you will see, it's a fishy fly. In the film, sinks in, not high rider, but you can scale down your hoppers too. There's lots of we have tons and tons of hoppers here down into the very small size.
Yeah. They're on our website. If you go to the top under flies, then under dry flies, there's terrestrials and attractors. And that's where we've got basically everything we're talking about today is under there.
In case you don't know, we are trying to sell your stuff.
Yeah, of course. It's kind of...
It is. What'd that guy tell me? You're a sales gimmick. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
I own a fly shop. Yeah. But I do think that we try to toe the line of like,
whatever.
Give actual advice.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Is that I just looked at my note there real quick. Is it short drifts? I mean, if you've got a Spring Creeky situation and you have to reach out, but I would encourage you to become techie, to become less hope, more hunt. And just when you see people making it, and Richie was telling me that, God, he sent me a monster brown he caught over on the, I don't want to say where he was, but it was out there, out east.
Nicoletti or Strollis?
Strollis.
Yeah.
I mean, when it swam away, I mean, honestly, I would have said, I told him, I said, holy shit. And he goes, nah, really, it's a 20. It looked like a 26 or 7 swimming away.
Yeah.
I was like, and he's
Biggin.
Yeah, he might lie about it. But when you're lying backwards, that's okay. When you're calling it 20 and it's 26, I mean, I'll show you the video. I showed it to everybody I showed it to, goes, no way. But ant. And tight, short drift. But he's saying how a lot of guys out there think they got to get a 50-foot drift, and I just too much shit starts happening wrong. And I would encourage people this time of year to start looking 20 feet in front of you and fish 20 feet in front of you, and just they're edged out. You should be coming from behind them anyway.
You're looking for like micro habitats, right?
Yep, holding pool. Everything's the same as if. Really, it's the same as for a big streamer. They're just looking to not push water, and they're looking for stuff. They're more feedy lane now, where they're looking for stuff to come at them. So they're going to be, something has to funnel to them, or it's pretty slick. And then if it's pretty slick, they can see pretty good distances depending on how deep they're sitting. But it's a great time to A-game yourself.
Yeah.
To really go out. You've had all summer to practice and throwing all that giant floaty shit. Go out and just stress yourself. Go out and try something that's really uncomfortable. No sighters on your fly. Just try it. It will help your A game. It will take you to another level of really clean drifts with smaller stuff. I mean, I think a size 12, 14 Latort hopper's not been seen on this river. I don't know anybody that's ever seen. I don't even know if they still make them. It's just such an old, simple fly. And it has always been such a standard. In the East in particular, it's just so great. And it is here too. And you can sink it and they'll eat it. It doesn't matter. They'll still eat it.
They'll eat it. I think a big light bulb moment for me was when I realized I could hunt a dry fly like a streamer.
Completely.
They're so similar in if you basically follow Kelly's strategies for fishing streamers. I mean, a lot of it is identifying where they are and then presenting a fly to them. It's not just this like endless beating banks and hoping. And you can do the same thing with a dry fly, right? Like what you're talking about. Don't look for the 50-foot drift. Look to where you think that fish is and put it 2 feet in front of it.
Remember the story that I've told many times about Renee Harrop stalking one fish for, it seemed like hours, but it was, I don't know what it was, 20, 30, I never know. It was forever, one freaking cast. Oh my God. It was like being in the presence of something so much greater than yourself.
Yeah,
which it's
a
really,
master, right?
And it was just so, this is completely the opposite of that. This is going out and just doubling down on your A game with small flies. It doesn't have to be small flies. The hoppers aren't small, but I was kind of getting at ant and beetle stuff, and but it's a sharpening. It's all you're doing is you've had all summer to do all the hatches and all the stuff, and now you're throwing the hopper. Well, let's try the ant game. I mean, I'm telling you, when you get that eat, when you get that one eat where it's like, oh wow, for me, I mean, like I said, if I could only do one thing, I guarantee you that's what it'd be the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. Period. Because the eat is so perfect. It is. Yeah, you can get the slash eat, but the real ones are just like done. And you're
Slow,
like,
committed.
wow, got it. And usually, it's a very short window because they're not usually very deep, so the movement is pretty minimal. Just tip their head over. And it's the amazing part is how didn't you see the son of a bitch? I mean, that's my forever thing. It's like, oh my God, how did I miss that fish?
How?
And they're camoed for a reason.
Yeah.
But very cool. Very cool.
All right. Well, I think we're sitting somewhere around an hour. Kind of hard to tell given that all of our shit went out.
Yeah, this is weird. No wind, no nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well,
maybe
it's
it's
weird.
fire.
I have Wi-Fi still. So
Yeah, I heard that come back
if
on.
it just tripped the breaker and nothing else. Clearly, I'm not an electrician. I don't know if you can tell.
I
by
know we
that.
can call Hunter and ask him. He is an electrician.
Is he?
Oh, shout out to my son-in-law, Bobby. Got his master plumber.
Nice.
It's a big freaking
Yeah,
deal.
good for him.
Yeah.
AI's taking everybody else's jobs. That's going to be
The last two things
The
on
best
earth to be
job
electricians and plumbers. Okay.
construction too, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to find a way to get rid of that.
Yeah. Good luck.
All right. Well, thanks for
robot to go into the shitter lines though. That would. I'm sure the plumbers are looking for that AI fix
Yeah, they're
too.
looking for that. The
Give me somebody that can run down
automated
there and
snake.
do that. Good job, Bobby.
Yeah. Well done.
Just came back from did the Big Brothers Big Sisters thing for Delaney.
Nice.
As part of that, we raised in Livingston, the 1900 club.
Yeah.
Raised $100K.
Wow. That's awesome.
It was amazing. It was a blast.
On a less wholesome note, I have to shout out Stephen Bupre, I think is his name. He sent me a DM on Instagram with a screenshot of one of our podcasts. And he said, I got asked by my coworkers when I grabbed them on a work trip what I am listening to and had to explain. In this photo, I'll put it in here. It's just the title on his Apple CarPlay, and it says, Should Montana Kill Browns? He had to explain that was a fish. It gave me a good chuckle. Those guys are like, what's it like out there? Like, no, it's not that bad. That's not what it's like. It gave me a good chuckle. So
Yes.
all right.
Yeah, we get a lot of those. I try to answer those. I should have prepped more for this one, but we'll do better as soon as this grand opening's over, I swear.
Yeah,
Did I tell you about walking to the freaking river without my vest?
You walked down to the river without your vest?
3/4 of a mile.
Jeez.
I walked all the way down. Brain is scrambled. I told Mel, I'm like, one more forget me moment and hang myself before it's over. I looked at my vest, looked at my pack, said, well, it might rain, put on my vest. Walked all the way with my rod and reel with no fly. Got there, reached for my nipper. There's no nipper. Looked down, there's no nipper. There's no vest. There's no flies with me.
It's a bad feeling.
3/4, I walked all the way past the high banks, all the way down to the lowers.
Oof.
Yeah, guess it'd be a good walk home.
Yeah. Guess Kelly might not fish today.
No, I still
Did you go
went out.
back?
Yeah, I went out.
Oh, it's just exercise.
Yeah, it was just
What
beautiful.
you just did is called hiking.
Yeah, I didn't like it much.
Neither do I. That's why I don't do it. All right. Well, let's
was
wrap
fun.
it up.
Hope to see everybody out there at the grand opening. If not, we're going to have something online for you.
Yeah, we'll
I
do
don't know
something.
how
We'll do
it.
one of these online and make it.
Did you know, but remember when we had the, I forgot the name, Jim and Robin? Robin was, remember the side piece one? And hers was Wet Pocket or something like that. I can't remember what it was. So she was in the running.
Yeah.
She's here. And she goes, how come I didn't get caught? I says, oh, you're in the running. It was close.
It was close.
It was close.
It was close. All right. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thanks for listening and watching.
And listening for the second half.
And only listening to the second.